Hello students, I'm Siraj Khan, lecturer in English Cust. Welcome to my subject Morphology and Syntax. Our course code is English 262 and it's our lecture number 24. Agreement in case. What is agreement? Or we can call it concord. Agreement happens when a word changes from depending on the other words to which it relates. It is an instance of inflection and usually involves making the value of some grammatical category such as gender or person agree between varied words or parts of the sentence. For example, in standard English, one may say I am or he is, but not I is or he am. This is because the grammar of the language requires that the verb and its subject agree in person. The pronouns I and he are first and third person respectively, as are the verb forms am and is. The verb form must be selected so that it has the same person as the subject, in contrast to notional agreement, which is based on meaning. Agreement generally involves matching the value of some grammatical category between different constituents of a sentence, or sometimes between sentences, as in some cases where a pronoun is required to agree with its antecedent or referent. Some categories that commonly trigger grammatical agreement can be discussed in this lecture. The outlines are: subject and verb must agree. SV agreement, subject verb disagreement, pronoun rules, compound subjects and their agreements. Some special rules in phrases, how phrases are being used there and here. Subjects and verbs must agree. A singular subject needs a singular verb, that is in person or in number, or grammatical persons or grammatical numbers. Like agreement based on persons is found mostly between verb and subject. I am versus he is has been given in the very beginning. Agreement between pronoun or corresponding possessive adjective and antecedent also requires the selection of the correct person. For example, if the antecedent is the first person noun phrase Ali and I, then a first person pronoun we, us, our is required. However, most noun phrases like the dog, my cats, Jake and Jill, etc., are third person and are replaced by a third person pronoun he, she, they, etc. And if that is in numbers, like a plural subject needs a plural verb. Agreement based on grammatical number can occur between verb and subject, as in the case of grammatical person discussed above. In fact, the two categories are often conflated within verb conjugation patterns, like I really am, first person singular, versus we really are, first person plural. The boy sings, third person singular, versus the boys sing. Here, like the person waits, the person speaks, the person talks. it takes a singular subject, takes a singular verb. Here, the person Ali, the student, waits. So here the subject, the person is singular, it takes a singular verb. The people wait. So here it's plural subject takes a plural verb. The people wait. The students wait. Some examples here. A student knows the value of communication skills. Here, a student is the subject, knows the value of communication, knows is the verb here. So, a good student is a singular subject followed by a singular verb here. The subject is singular, so it takes a singular verb here. Subject-verb agreement. Student knows. Now we analyze the given example a bit closer. Now student is the subject, knows is the verb here. So here the student is not ending with a sa. That indicates that it is singular. Student, and its plural is students. So here the sa ending on a verb usually indicates that it is singular. Knows. Subject verb disagreement. Now this disagreement, good students knows the value of communication skills. The same example, but we have made some changes. Good students knows the value of communication. So here students is the subject and which is plural. Knows is the verb here. And the example and the sentence and this agreement between the subject and verb is violated here because the subject is plural, so the verb must be plural. Here, good students know the value of communication skills. Instead of know, we are having a sa ending on the verb, which is incorrect. Students knows. Students is the subject, knows is the verb here. So, an S ending on a noun often indicates that it is plural. So, we always take sa is plural with the nouns. An S ending on a verb usually indicates that it is singular. So, subject and verb disagreement here, that the verb is not agreed with the subject because the subject is plural. So, the verb must be plural. Pronoun rules. As we are having three persons, first person pronoun, second person pronoun, and third person pronoun. First person pronoun I and we. I is singular, first person singular, and we is first person plural. So we always use singular verb with I without any S. Like I speak English, I read a book, we play tennis, they play tennis, and like that. I always take a singular verb without sa. We plural verb with no S. And I is always taking verb without sa. We speak English, they speak English. We eat mangoes, we go home, we play tennis. You always take plural verb with no S. You speak English, you play tennis, you eat mangoes. He, she, it are third person pronouns. We always take singular verbs with S, like he speaks English, she eats mangoes, it helps us a lot. They is third person plural and we always take plural verb with it without any sa. Compound subjects can be used when the subject is made up of two or more nouns connected by an, use a plural noun. He and his friends are implies two, and are is a plural verb here. So he and his friends, Ali and Ahmad, two and two make four. A common example here. So he and his friends are playing tennis. He and his friends are driving a car. He and his friends are playing tennis. He and his friends are studying for the upcoming exam. So a compound subject always takes a plural verb. And compound subjects are being formed with the help of a coordinating conjunction and. When the subject is made up of two or more singular nouns connected by are, we always use a singular verb. And the subjects in a sentence are connected by a coordinating conjunction are, we always take a singular verb. The book or the pen is. So here the book is subject, singular noun, and the pen is also singular. So that can give us a compound subject, and that is singular. Are implies one or the other. Pen is singular, so we have taken a singular verb here. The book or the pen is helpful. When the subject is made up of singular and plural nouns connected by are, the verb should agree with the part of the subject that is closer to it. The manager or his assistants run. So the manager are his assistants. The manager is singular. His assistants is plural. So they have taken a plural verb here because verb agrees with the closest part of the subject. So here the verb's closest part is assistants. So it takes a plural verb. When the subject is made up of singular and plural nouns connected by are, the verb should agree with the part of the subject that is closer to it. Now here, his assistants are the manager runs. In the previous example, we were having the manager and are his assistants run. So here assistants is plural, the manager is singular, So we have taken a singular verb here. Why? Because the closest part, the verb agrees with the closest part of the subject. So the closest part is the manager. In the previous example, it was the assistants that was the closest part of the verb. So we took a plural verb there. Now here in this example, we have got a singular verb because the closest part, that is singular. Phrases. Don't be misled by phrases that come between the subject and the verb, like one of the boxes. The people who read that report are the team lead as well as his developers is the manual including all the chapters in the first section is the woman with all the answers sets. So here the first example we are having is one of the boxes. One of the boxes. The people who read that report are the team lead as well as his developers is the manual including all the chapters in the first section is and the woman with all the answers sets are the examples. The singulars. The following words are always singular and require a singular verb. Each one, either, everyone, anyone, someone. No one, everybody, anybody, and nobody. The pronouns um, each one, either, neither are singular, although they seem to be referring to two things. Words after each, every, and many are treated singular. Every dog is a lion at home. Many a penny makes a pound. And a measurement or quantity is treated as singular, like $1,000 is a high price to pay. $10 were scattered on the floor. $10 bills. So exceptions. Fraction or percentage can be singular or plural based on the noun that follows it. Half a loaf is better than no bread. 1 in 3 people globally do not have access to safe drinking water. A question with who or what takes a singular verb, like who is to build the cat. Like 2 in 2 is 4. It is a mathematical expression. So even though the following nouns end with an S, they are singular and require a singular verb. Civics, mathematics, dollars, and news. So though these end with a sa sound at the end, but we always take that with singular verb. So collective nouns that refer to more than one person are usually treated as a single unit, like group, team, committee, class. And there are indefinite pronouns like one, all, everyone, everything, everybody, nothing, nobody, anyone, anything, anybody, another, etc. are treated as singular in formal written English, like all's well that ends well. One sows, another reaps. Together, everyone achieves more. That's why we are a team. If wealth is last, nothing is last. If health is last, something is last. If character is last, everything is last. A famous line. Nothing succeeds like success. Family. In the plurals, nouns like the following are always plural because they are made of two parts, like scissors, tweezers. I bought a pair of scissors. The trousers and pants. His pants are dirty. His trousers are old and shaky in shades. So these are the nouns that is always used with plurals. There, in sentences starting with the word there, the subject usually follows the verb. Here, there are many questions. There, followed by the subject. The verb are many question is the subject of the sentence. So always every sentence starts with the word there. The subject usually follows the verb. So the subject will be at the end of the sentence or will be used after the verb. There is a question. Verb is in question is the subject here. So there are many questions and there is a question. So there is followed by a verb and verb followed by a subject. There is a question, there is followed by a verb which is singular followed by a singular subject. Question. Here in sentences starting with the word here, the subject usually follows the verb. Here are your keys. Here followed by a verb and verb followed by a subject. Here is your key. Here followed by singular verb and a verb followed by a singular subject. So here There are so many examples of subject verb agreement. Subject verb agreement simply means the subject and verb must agree in number. This means both need to be singular or both need to be plural. So when the subject is singular, the verb will be singular. My dog always growls at the postal carrier. So my dog always growls. It takes a singular verb. Basketballs roll across the floor. I don't understand the assignment. These cloths are too small for me. Peter doesn't like vegetables. Sugar and flour are neither my dad nor my brothers know how to ski. And corned beef and cabbage is a traditional meal in Ireland, and the creator and producer is arriving soon. The creator and producer. So here, the creator and producer is arriving soon. Both refer to same person. Corned beef and cabbage is a traditional meal in Ireland. Popular usage. My mom or dad is coming to the play. Neither gray nor white is my favorite color. Either grandpa or my sisters are going to the park. Either my sisters or grandpa is going to the park. Closest subject is plural. So there, either grandpa or my sisters are going to the park. Either my sisters or grandpa is going to the park. Neither she nor I am going to college. Each, somebody, anybody, something we went through. Example, each gets a trophy for playing. Somebody will pay for this. Anybody is more fun than you. Something is very wrong here. Everybody enjoys a good book. And nothing has been determined as of yet. Both are qualified for the job. Like some plural indefinite pronouns we are using as plurals. Many went to the beach and got sunburnt. Few know what it really takes to get ahead. Several are already on location, and these are both many, few, several, some, most are indefinite pronouns that we use with plural verbs. And the phrase is a theory of physics ascertains that a body in motion stays in motion. A virus in all the company's computers is a real threat to security. The causes of this prevalent disease are bad diet and lack of exercise. The couch and chair I got at the store look really nice uh, in here. The members of the choir are very happy with the performance. In some collective nouns we discussed, the committee meets here every Thursday. The crowd is getting angry. The jury has finally reached a decision. The majority rules are most of the time. Like these are committee, crowd, jury, majority, and stuff. These are this collective nouns that takes a singular subject. And there are other inverted subjects we call, like there are 7 clean plates in the dining room. There is a hair in my lasagna. Over the rainbow flies a bird. How are the implies enjoying the new building? And a good gift is a gift card. And these are some of the examples. So key is the subject. Thank you very much and good luck.